Alright, boys, we are here with my Week 4 NFL game picks. We're going to go through all the games, my prediction, who I think is going to win. Wada, wada, wada. We're going to try to go through as fast as we can. Don't even know if that sentence made sense, but yeah, so let's just get right into it. Thursday Night Football, Seahawks versus Cardinals here. I'm going Seahawks. Honestly, Cardinals, for some reason, actually, being 2-1, they actually have a decent record. They have a positive record. They're one of the better records in the league right now, but I feel like they might be the worst 2-1 team out there. Like, they just don't look too hot offensive wise. Their defense isn't too bad. I just feel like Kyle Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. can't get it rolling, and their biggest weapon that was on offense, James Conner, is now gone, done for the season. So that was their best weapon on offense is out. So that even makes me, more comfortable to say Seahawks here to go over. And Seahawks actually look good. Like Sam Darnold's low key cooking with JSN and K9, and they're all looking fun over there. So yeah, I'm gonna go Seahawks here. Cardinals just lost their biggest weapon. I think this is an easy pick. And then we actually had an early game here, 9:30 a.m. We got Vikings versus Steelers. I probably will now be watching this live. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, bro. I'm gonna be sleeping, but I'm excited to watch the highlights. And I think this will actually be a fun game, so I'm kind of sad that I'm missing this. I think this could be an offensive game for sure. I am actually going to go Vikings here. I don't think A-Rod's going to do great against this Vikings D. Personally, A-Rod has been looking fun. Him and DK Metcalf is one of the better quarterback-receiver duos this year, for sure. But, like, Vikings D is looking insane this year, bro. Like, especially last week, that performance was crazy. Oh, well, it's Jake Browning, a backup quarterback. I understand that, but like that defense still has a bunch of studs on it. They're looking great this year, and honestly, Carson Wentz looked good, and he's starting again, and he looked nice. Carson Wentz actually looked like Carson Wentz. He got it done. So I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm trusting Carson Wentz over A-Rod in this game, and I'm going Viking. I'm moving into the 1 o'clocks. We got Commanders versus the Falcons. I'm going Commanders here. Listen, Falcons after losing to the Panthers, I lost hope. I lost faith in them. Being a Bucs fan, if you can't tell my hat here, I said at the beginning of the year our only competition for our division should be the Falcons. Like I wasn't worried about the Saints, wasn't worried about the Panthers. I was just really worried about the Falcons. Now I'm not worried about either three of them, all three of them. They all look buns. I'm so confident. Bucs could have a bad year, and I feel like we could still make playoffs. That's how confident I am. All three of those teams are buns. Do Commanders have Marcus Mariota? Yes, but I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm trusting Marcus Mariota over Michael Penix currently because Michael Penix, it's just looking so bad. And if you play like that against Panthers defense, brother, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go Commanders there just for that performance from last week. And then we got Saints versus Bills. Easy. Bills, come on. Do I really need to explain this, bro? Like Saints is probably the worst team in the league. It's between them and Dolphins, but honestly, at least Dolphins still have a few fun studs like Tyreek Hill and Devon Achane. While Saints, I don't know, bro. They're not really doing anything. They look bad. Spencer Rattler isn't getting going. They don't know if they want to start Spencer Rattler or Tyler Shaw. They don't know who to start. Like they're just confused. The coaching doesn't know what to do. The GM doesn't know what to do. The players don't know what to do. The Saints just look horrendous, and it's the Bills who could possibly win the Super Bowl this year. So one of the better teams, top 5 team, obviously currently in NFL. So I'm gonna have to go Bills here. We got Chargers versus the Giants. I'm gonna go Chargers here. Even though Jackson Dart is playing, so keep a lookout on this game. I think this will be a closer game than you think. If Russell Wilson was still starting, I wouldn't even hesitate about this. I'll be like Chargers, Chargers, Chargers. Jackson Dart, I think, is actually going to cook up in there. I'm excited to watch him. Again, though, it's still his first game of the season. I know he played preseason stuff, though. But, like, are we trusting Jackson Dart's first game of the season or Justin Herbert, who's 3-0 and looks like he could be an MVP candidate this year? Like I said, it's not me dissing Jackson Dart. It's more me just hyping up Justin Herbert. He looks insane. Chargers look insane. Him throwing to Keenan Allen and Aladdin McConkey, that duo. He has one of the best wide receiver rooms. And Quentin Johnson. Like, Justin Herbert's just having a field day this year because his wide receiver class is just insane right now. So, I'm trusting Justin Herbert, who's 3-0. But, again, I think this will be a close game, and I can't wait to watch this one. Then we got Titans versus Texans. Maybe this might be a hot take. I'm going to go Titans, bro. Texans look garbage. Texans look garbage, my man. CJ Stroud can't get it done right now. I don't know what is going on. And I was a CJ Stroud fan his rookie year. He had a sophomore slump, but because we called it a sophomore slump, we kind of let him slide. Oh, we'll give him another chance. Coming this year, he's still looking like CJ Stroud from last year. He's not looking great. And I know Titans aren't all that either, But like, I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm trusting a rookie Cam Ward over a third-year CJ Stroud. And like I said, I don't know why. It's just more of a gut feeling pick here. I'm going Titans. And then we got Browns versus Lions. I'm going Lions here. I think this one's a little easier out of the ones. I think it will be a fun game. I think Browns will put up some points. And I know they just came off beating the Packers. And, Packers absolutely destroyed the Lions. I just don't see Browns doing that back to back. Now, if Browns beat the Packers to the Lions, we need to talk. Browns might be up there, and we got to look out for them. But again, I think Lions are back. I think they just had a bad first week. It looks like they're back offensive wise. They have their studs in there. It looks like they're still doing their creative plays. It looks like they don't need Ben Johnson, even though Ben Johnson's a good coach. They were getting it done. They're doing trick plays last week. I mean, last week they had Jared Goff flicking it to Amon St. Brown, flicking it to Jahmyr Gibbs to get into the end zone. So they still have those fun creative plays. Again, I'm going to have to go Lions here. But again, if Browns win, watch out. Panthers versus Patriots. I'm going to go Patriots here. Drake May, I think, will get it done against them. I don't even think Patriots are that good personally. But, like, I'm trusting them more than Panthers. I know Panthers just came off of their best game of the year, shutting out the Falcons. But I just don't think Falcons are that great. So I don't think we need to be hyping that up, right? I think most teams could have done that to Falcons. As I'm saying that, as a Bucs fan, I guess we kept it close with them. So now rethinking this. Ooh, do I want to switch this to Panthers, actually? I don't know, man. No, I'm sorry. I think Bryce Young had a good game. I haven't liked him most of the year, though, out of the 3 weeks. So I'm going to have to go Patriots here. Yeah, I think Drake May and Stephon Diggs or Ramondre Stevenson's going to get it done. Yeah, I'm going to have to go Patriots here. This one's hard, though, honestly. You can flip a coin, so I think this will be one of the closer games. Bucs versus Eagles. You know I got to go my Bucs. Come on. Come on. I'm never not going to pick them unless, like, I think we're looking that bad. I think we're looking hot, though. Has it came close every game? Yes, but Baker is getting it done. Literally last week, we were destroying the Jets 90% of the game. Did we start falling off fourth quarter? Yes, but we still look like we're dominating them. I don't know what's going on fourth quarter, whether us coaching, defense was taking a nap because we're blowing out the Jets so bad. I don't know, but when Baker had the ball in the final drive, I felt confident. After those first 2 weeks before that, I was like, Baker is currently the most clutch quarterback in the NFL this season. Every game he has clutch. I'm so confident in him. And if it comes down to this, which I think being 2 playoff teams here, 2 of the better teams, 2 of the top 5 teams currently in the NFL, Bucs and Eagles, I think it could come down to a final drive with Baker Mayfield, and I'm confident in him. Like I said, being the most clutch quarterback in the game. Like I said, I think we're going to go back and forth. I think this could be an offensive game with both of the offenses this year and having fun. I think it'll be the best game of the week for sure. But obviously, being a Bucs fan, I'm going to be a little biased, and I'm going to go my Bucs. Finally, moving into the 4 o'clock, Colts versus the Rams. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm going to go Colts. And I think Rams are a really solid team. And I think they should have beat the Eagles. They just choked. They happened to choke. It's unfortunate. I think Rams are one of the better teams. For some reason, Danny Dimes is prime Tom Brady this year, so I can't roll him out. Like, I'm going to keep picking Colts for the rest of the year until they lose, probably, because they're just looking insane. Like, every week, I don't think they're going to get it done again, and they get it done. Like, isn't it crazy to think that Daniel Jones and the Colts are 3-0 right now? They're one of the few undefeated teams left. They're technically top 5 team in the NFL this season. That's crazy to think. Yeah, I'm going to go Colts here, but this will be a close game. We got Jags versus 49ers. I know everyone's going to say 49ers, because Mac Jones is actually looking like he can actually throw some lasers over there, and after last week's win against Cardinals, which was a good win, I like the Jags, man. I like Trevor Lawrence. I like Brian Thomas. I like Travis Hunter. I like Travis Etienne. I like that squad over there. I think it's a fun squad. Maybe I'm just like, because I like the players, I'm just wanting to pick them. But listen, I'm going Jags. I don't know. Again, this is probably a gut feeling pick. I think Jags will beat the 49ers. Ravens versus the Chiefs. Good game here. I mean, a few years ago, we would have said this is like game of the year. How Chiefs are looking this year, I'm obviously going Ravens. Chiefs look horrendous. Nothing is going right with them. Mahomes isn't looking too hot. Travis Kelce doesn't know what he's doing. All of their weapons are out, right? Defense isn't looking too hot. Chiefs are just a mess. They're 0-3. They're going to be bottom of the division most likely by the end of the year. I think they're missing playoffs this year for sure. And definitely with like other AFC teams stepping up like Chargers. And Ravens, I don't see Ravens losing back-to-back. Like, they kept it close of lines on Monday Night Football. They almost had it. Another unfortunate Derrick Henry fumble. But I am going to go Lamar and the Ravens here. Bears versus Raiders. I'm going Bears here, man. I don't like Raiders. I keep saying this weekly. I just don't like that group. It's not even the group, honestly. Let me re-say that. I just don't like Geno Smith. What I should say, I actually do like the group. But Geno Smith is holding them back. Right, Jacoby Myers, Brock Bowers, Ashton Jensen. That is a fun offensive group over there. Geno Smith's not going to get it done, man. He's just a good backup. He's not a starter. He's not going to take a team to the playoffs. He's not going to take the team to the Super Bowl. I don't like him. And Caleb Williams looked good last week. Was it against the Cowboys? Yes. And, for some reason, Cowboys like making people look good because their defense just likes to sell a lot. We see it every year. There will always be those few games where they just get blown out. But Caleb Williams still performed. He was throwing dimes. So I'm going to trust Caleb Williams over Geno Smith here, and I'm going Bears. Green Bay versus the Packers. I'm actually going Green Bay. I think Green Bay was the #1 team until last week, until, losing. Somehow that caught everybody off guard. I am going to go Green Bay, though, still, because, one, Cowboys just got dogged on by the Bears and Caleb Williams, right? And, they made Caleb Williams look really good. And like I said, I'm a big Caleb Williams fan, but that was definitely Caleb Williams' best game of the season. So Cowboys defense is horrendous. Another thing, like I said, I think Green Bay was the best team in the league, and I don't see them losing back-to-back games. I think they're a very dominant team. I think they're going to be one of the top-tier teams for the rest of the season. So like I said, I just don't see them losing back-to-back. I think Green Bay is going to own Cowboys here. We might even get another blowout. I don't know. Green Bay might be mad after last week. Jordan Love might need to throw 5 touchdowns. Who knows? Jets versus Dolphins. Oh, good God. Oh, good God. They're both so bad that this is actually going to be a close game. I don't know who to go with here. But if I had to lean towards somebody, I think Dolphins will pull this off. I think Dolphins will finally get their win. I think Tua actually looked pretty decent against the Bills last week, and that's against a dominant team. One of the probably top 3 teams in the NFL right now. Tua actually looked nice, and Tyreek Hill is actually starting to pick it up, right? Tyreek Hill is starting to cook. He's finally starting to do stuff. He's finally getting his touchdowns back. He's finally cooking dudes on his route running. Because Tyreek Hill, like a prime Tyreek Hill, is one of the best route runners in the league currently. He just didn't look like that. So for the first week there, some of last year, looks like Tyreek Hill might have been back. So I'm trusting Dolphins over Jets here. And Jets looked horrible against the Bucs. Did they have a weird comeback against the Bucs last week in the 4th quarter? Yes, but again, it's Tyrod Taylor. It's the Jets. Look at the first 3 quarters of that game. They could not do anything. And the blocking. Maybe it wasn't even Tyrod Taylor's fault. The amount of pressures and sacks we're having against Tyrod Taylor, the Bucs were. Oh my God, man, that was horrendous. The Jets are not looking good at Tyrod Taylor, so I think Dolphins get their first win. Final game of this week of Week 4, Bengals versus the Broncos. I'm going to go Broncos, man. I don't like Jake Browning until Bengals trade for somebody. Dude, Bengals might lose every game with Jake Browning. I'm not a Jake Browning guy. I'm saying they need to go trade for Jameis, Russell, somebody in that Giants room. They have 3 starters over there, maybe. I don't know. But I'm not counting out Bo Nix and the Broncos. I know Bo Nix hasn't looked as hot as he did last year. I think he's starting to get that rhythm back. I think he's starting to get that groove back. So I think Bo Nix is bouncing back here. So, yeah, I'm going Broncos and the Bo Nix, mainly because I just don't like Jake Browning. So, yeah, let's go Broncos. All right, that's it for today's video, guys. Yeah, this is going to be a weekly series. Obviously, just my game picks here. I will obviously have these as YouTube shorts as well each game. So, if you wanted to, if that's easier for you to watch, you have that as well. But I guess if you wanted to watch it like that, you wouldn't even be on this video anyways, and you wouldn't be at this point in the video. So everything I'm saying is kind of useless. But you know what's not useless? You dropping a like and a sub, because it will help this channel. Hope y'all enjoyed, though. Catch you on the next one.